Greetings radio fans everywhere. It's Saturday on the August bank holiday weekend 2010. I'm staying at a friend's house at Dieppe for the weekend and we're up pretty high. I don't know if you can really see, the road slopes off that way, and right in the distance there behind that house, if you can see some dark blue, that's the sea rather than the sky. So the ideal time to do a bit of radio listening, because traditionally the bank holiday weekend is when there's a certain amount of activity. So I brought some things with me. Starting on the left, there is the Intec H520, which if you do the modification, which involves snipping the little wire in the back, will cover 25 to 30 megahertz more or less, but at the moment it's scanning over the 40 CB channels that can legally be used in France. I have also been listening on the UK channels, but can't transmit on those, of course, from Dieppe. As well as that, I have a nice little PMR radio, an unmodified and unmodifiable micro Cobra Talk, which is scanning the 8 PMR channels that are now available across Europe. In the early days when PMR 446 came in, the first 2 channels here in France were reserved for the railways to use, but since the early 2000s everybody can use the 8 channels license free. I've heard a few people on here, but it's mostly people using PMR for baby monitors and things like that. All is quiet at the moment. Next to that I have a very nice piece of kit. Oh, that's somebody on PMR channel 2. I'll turn that down a little bit. So you can hear me still. This is a nice piece of kit. This is the Wuxen KG UVD1P, covers VHF and UHF, the 2 meter and 70 centimeter amateur radio bands, and on that there is a Comet antenna which you can receive between 70 and 1000 megs on, depending on how long you make it, and you can transmit using the 2 meter and 70 sems amateur bands. I am a licensed amateur but an intermediate licensee, therefore I'm not allowed to operate abroad under that license. You need to be a full UK licensee to operate abroad. And then last but not least, the trusty Eaton E5 general coverage receiver, which covers from 150 kilohertz up to 30 megahertz in AM and SSB, and covers the FM broadcast band as well. I speak French, so I listened to the weather forecast earlier on there. It was absolutely horrible weather yesterday, Friday, but apparently it's going to be quite nice for the rest of the weekend, so I'm going to do a little video for YouTube so you can hear what I've managed to receive. The repeater at Dieppe was active last night when I arrived. There's nobody on there at the moment on 145.7875, but hopefully I'll hear some people on there later. So that's the setup. All of that, incidentally, apart from the Wuxen, that was the repeater identifying itself, F1ZUE. Apart from the Wuxen, everything is powered by nickel metal hydride rechargeables, and all of them have come from 7dayshop.com, which offer just about the best value rechargeables that I've found anywhere on the web. I don't want to sound like I'm an advertising man for them or anything, but it's really, really excellent value for money. Okay, that's what I'll be using this weekend, and in a second or two you'll see the results of whatever it is that I'm able to hear.
Bienvenue à Dieppe sur le relais F1ZUE en JN09NW.
Right, so that's the Dieppe repeater. It's actually about 7 or 8 miles southeast of Dieppe, about 10 watts output, and you go in on a 1750 Hz tone with 600 kHz shift downwards.
Au revoir.
Une fois
Now this is interesting. This is a language that I don't recognise. Maybe it's coming from Belgium or somewhere like that. And there's somebody on channel 15 as well. And earlier on there was music playing on channel 11, so curious. Is this frequency in use, please? Is this frequency in use? Calling and listening. CQDX. This is Dieppe calling on PMR Channel 8 for the August bank holiday weekend. CQDX calling and listening. Well, hello again. It's now the August bank holiday Monday, 2010. It's a lovely day again today. On the Monday, yesterday, Sunday, was absolutely horrible. It was rainy, it was cloudy, it was windy. It's still a bit windy now, but it's the worst weather I've ever seen here on an August bank holiday weekend. I'm standing on top of the cliff edge thing where the tourists can get a panoramic view of Dieppe, and I've got all the equipment with me. I don't know if you can see that there. That's on channel 25 on the band that they can use here in France, and this is on channel 8. I've been calling CQ from up here and from home, about half a mile that way, to no avail, but never mind. I mean, as well as handheld, which is low power, I'm also using very small antennas, but that's the best I could do because I'm here on holiday really with my mum and dad. I'm not here on some kind of DX expedition, so it was worth a try, but unfortunately I haven't been able to hear anybody. Here on channel 8 I called yesterday in English, and I think possibly somebody down there at the swimming pool heard me because he replied in French. It was quite a weak signal, so I couldn't hear everything that he said, and he said something about swimming, so I wonder if he was at the swimming pool. Anyway, I'm going to give this one last go, and it's cold up here, so I'm going to pack up and go home if I don't have any luck here, so let's have another go. Hello, CQDX. This is Dieppe calling on channel 25, calling CQ for the for the August bank holiday DX weekend. CQDX. This is Dieppe calling for the August bank holiday weekend. CQ, calling CQ and listening. No, nobody there. I know really you need to keep doing this if you're going to do it, but there we are. Let's have a go on this one, on PMR channel 8. I might get somebody actually hear me on this one, so I'd better do it in French as well as English. Is this channel in use, please? Is this channel in use? Est-ce que ce canal est déjà occupé, s'il vous plaît? Est-ce que ce canal est déjà occupé? Doesn't look like it, does it? Okay, let's have a go with all of 500 milliwatts. CQDX. This is Dieppe calling at 500 milliwatts on PMR channel 8 in the 446 band, calling for the bank holiday weekend, bank holiday DX weekend. CQDX, calling and listening. No, nobody there at all. Right, I think I'm going to back up and go back home, but it was a nice try. So wishing you all well from Dieppe. best wishes and 73s.